This is for all international students. When you make an application for study permit, it gets refused for so many different reasons, sometimes absurd reasons, right? Sometimes there is no reason at all. It just says your application has been refused. Now, what you can do is, first of all, apply for your GCMS notes or ATIP notes. Always review what the visa officer's reasons for your refusal were. Now, if you're able to identify what is the reasons for refusal, and if you agree with the reasons, for example, sometimes your academic records were just not up to the mark, and therefore the visa officer has legit reasons that you may not be able to comply with the study permit requirements, and you may not be able to complete your curriculum in a successful manner. Fair point. Sometimes the officer has given very, absurd reasons, or there are no reasons at all, or they are very generic, or they don't make any sense. In that case, consider using a lawyer to apply for a judicial review. So this project is about all that, judicial review. It says in this particular new pilot, 1st of October, which is from day after tomorrow, Canada's federal court has announced that the study permit pilot project is being announced, and this is designed to streamline the process of requesting judicial review of rejected study permit applications. Under this pilot, people who apply for leave and judicial review of their study permit refusals may be able to complete the entire procedure in under 5 months rather than the current processing time. So what happens is, when you wish to file your application for judicial review, first you have to apply for leave. Now, applying for leave does not mean going on chutti. Applying for leave here basically means that does your case even have merit for it to be reviewed and heard by the federal court? That is the first. So you're applying for leave. So that is the first step. So the judge will decide whether your application should even go to the court for it to be heard and adjudicated or made decided upon. And that would be a two-step process, first for the leave and then for the actual application to go for the review. What they're doing is they're combining both the processes. Therefore, if you're outside Canada, then you have 60 days after the decision. The day you get your decision letter, from that date, you have 60 days in order to apply for a judicial review. If you're inside Canada, you have 14 days. For some reason, most of the articles are saying 15 days. I do not know. Please take 14 days as a word of caution. And within 14 days, you should have already consulted with a lawyer, hired a lawyer, brought them on board, and then made a case or filed your application for leave for judicial review. Now, under this pilot, so whenever you do a judicial review, you cannot provide any new documentation. It has to be made sense of what was already provided. And therefore, with this, with IRCC coming on board, you coming on board, you agreeing to this pilot, your case could be settled or cleared or heard or decided upon within a span of 5 months instead of earlier 14 months, which was huge. And once your case has been decided upon, usually there are a few things that happen out of it. First one is that your case is sent back to another officer for redetermination, for reprocessing, for reassessment of your study permit. Okay. Second is that your case is cancelled. There is no merit in your case, and your judicial review is dismissed. It means you can go and file another case, but this one, the officer has the right reasons, was correct in making their application. So two, this is what's going to happen with your judicial review, and that's basically it. So this is a good one. It helps you. It helps you get your decision in much shorter duration of time, in 5 months instead of 14. And of course, now as an international student who's making an application, you also now understand that this is a path to get your study permit approved if you have a merit in your application, which for whatever reason was overlooked by the officer. So